just for mainly statement. Already you know DHCP and DNS. Okay, just for a separation. And of course, there is a VPN. Yeah, I will forward that video. So this is definitely question is there VPN and what is DHCP, what is DNS, what is Active Directory, what is Outlook. Okay, 4 questions. In the network troubleshooting, we are already learned about DHCP related troubleshooting also. DHCP, it's a protocol, dynamic host configuration protocol. The port number is 6768. What is this DHCP server? Yes, there is a DHCP server in the network. What is the use of this DHCP server? We have a devices in the network. The devices need a IP address. Devices need a IP address. So devices will get an IP address from DHCP server. The devices get an IP address from DHCP server. Or you can say DHCP server assign or configures IP address to the clients automatically. Okay. You can assign an IP address manually, that is called static IP address. You will assign an IP address, your PC is get an IP address automatically, that is called a dynamic IP address. Okay. Users manually configure the IP address to the computer. The IP address never change with the change of network. So 1 second guys, how to go to network part. Okay, so then go to control panel. Next one is network and sharing center. Change adapter settings. This is my Wi-Fi adapter which is already having an IP address. So I got an IP address from this DHCP server. I got this IP address from this particular DHCP server. Okay, who given this IP address? This DHCP server. So why? Because it is configured. Enable. Go to properties. I'll show you. IPv4 properties. Obtain IP address automatically. Obtain DNS server address automatically means you configure your adapter and telling that get an IP address from DHCP server. Get an IP address from DHCP server. That's why your adapter, your PC is trying to get an IP address from DHCP server. Of course, DHCP server is available. You got an IP address. And if you see this one, DHCP enabled now means this IP address configured manually. And also you may not seen the DHCP server address here. Okay, there is a no DHCP server address column. Why? Because of IP address is configured manually. Understand guys? Automatically configured, manually configured.
Yes, sir.
So to configure manually like this, we will configure. We select second option. Use the following IP address and give the IP address subnet mask. If you have a default gateway, give the default gateway. If you have a preferred DNS, you can give preferred DNS. You want to get an IP address from DHCP server. This is an option. Obtain IP address automatically to get an IP address from DHCP server. Okay, so that is my adapter. I right click. So I go to properties, IPv4 properties. I'm getting this one. What is this? Meaning is get IP address from DHCP server. Okay, means it is automatic or dynamic. So if I do that one, may I get a IP address from it or not? We'll see. Click OK, close, close. Again, check your IP address details. So now DHCP enable, yes, there is a DHCP server. I got an IP address from DHCP server. Okay, I got an IP address from DHCP server. Okay, so I go to the properties.
Sir, basically DHCP server provides an IP address.
Very good.
You mean to say that?
Yes, I got a IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway, lease uptime, lease expiry from this DHCP server. And also you can observe DHCP enabled means I got an IP address automatically from DHCP server. Right. You can mute and eat, no problem. I didn't ask.
Sir, after putting IP address manually, then can we get a DHCP server or not?
Very good. Okay. So you are configure. For example, this is a PC1, this is a PC2. So in this one, I said obtain IP address automatically. I said obtain IP address automatically means I will get an IP address from DHCP server. In second one, I use following IP address. Second option means I set up a manual IP address. So I cannot get an IP address from DHCP because I already having an IP address. So I don't need an IP address from DHCP server. Okay. So you won't get any IP address from DHCP server. Guys, first one I showed how to get an IP address from DHCP server configuration. Automatic. This one is how to configure IP address manually. Same properties, IPv4. Don't true on your physical adapter, guys. If you have virtual adapter, okay, no problem. But if you have a physical adapter, if you change it, be careful with it. Yeah, sorry. So adapter, I use my virtual adapter. It is okay. It's my VMware virtual adapter IPv4 properties. I want to assign manual IP. So what is the option? Second option for assigning manually. I'm assigning my IP address manually. Like maybe I will try 192.168.10.11.11. I don't have any default gateways with this IP address. Just I'm giving to know, just we can able to give here. And I don't have any preferred DNS with this network also. Just to show how to give an IP address. So this is IP address I am giving manually.
So you are giving IP address manually, but can we get a DHCP or not?
To communicate in network, you need an IP address first, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So how you will get an IP address? Two ways. Either it should be configured manually, or you should get an IP address from DHCP server.
Okay.
Okay. So I configured it as a manual IP address.
Sir,
Manually.
when we are putting manually IP address, then there is no use of DHCP server.
No use of DHCP server. Very good.
Only in automatically IP address there is use of DHCP server.
DHCP server. Very good.
Yeah, okay, understand.
So I go to properties, IPv4 properties, and I select this option. Means it's a manual. I want to use an IP address as per my requirement, as per me. Okay, as per my network, I can configure manually also. Your configure manually means it's a static IP. This static IP cannot be changed if you change the network. For example, in my office, in our office, IP address is different from my home. Okay, but if I assign IP address, if I assign IP address manually, yeah, these are become a very big things. So make it smaller is not at all good idea. Think like this. I assign an IP address manually. I went to home and then I connected to my home network. That network has a different IP address. So the IP address won't change automatically. Again, I have to change manually. I change my network. So IP address is different in that network. Again, I have to change manually. Understand this point? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, what is the problem we are facing now? Again, I have to change IP address every time. Second. Okay, just 1 second, guys. This is the adapter, and I go to details. I got IP. I have configured IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DNS. It's not showing DHCP server means I got IP. I got an IP address configured.
Manually.
No means manual or a static. So that's the to understand means is it configured manually or statically for past? Yeah, point is not finished now. So what is the point here? I changed my network, so then IP address cannot be changed. Next, in case I know how to configure IP address, no problem for me. Think about others. You are also using network. How many people really know how to put an IP address according to the network in current using network? And while typing an IP address, people do mistakes. Large number of devices. For example, in our office, we have a 50 computers, 100 computers are there. You have to go to each and every PC to assign an IP address. Okay, you have to go to assign an IP address. Computer is okay. Laptop is okay. Like PC, laptop, okay, no problem. Yeah, what about a mobile phones? Mobile phone also having NIC. We are connected to our Wi-Fi network, right? It is also required a IP address. Tablets, different devices like a printers, smart TVs, smart LED lights, smart plugs. These are also connected with a network, pan in hand. So they need an IP address. If it is IP network, compulsory, they need an IP address. How can you assign an IP address? It is difficult, right? So those are the challenges, guys. To assign IP address manually, we can assign an IP address to the devices manually. So, but problem is when you change the network IP address is not, cannot be changed automatically. So you have to change an IP address again. And there is a possibility of entering IP address wrong. Sometimes you assign same IP address to 3 devices. Means IP conflict will be created. If you assign same IP address to 2 devices, means conflict will be created. And not everyone knows, right? I am no IP address, but my sister don't know, my mother don't know, my father don't know, my nephew don't know. Not everyone is technically like that. No, we have a non-technical staff is there. They don't know IP address, right? How to assign IP address. And different type of devices and multiple devices, it's very difficult to assign an IP address. The easiest solution is DHCP server. So what is the use of DHCP server? DHCP server assign IP address to the client's devices automatically. For example, I kept my laptop here. I connected this network. I got an IP address from a DHCP server. Now work is completed. I went to home and I have to upload the videos, right? So then I go to home and then I connected their network, that network. So I will get another IP address from that DHCP server. From that DHCP server. Okay. So when you change the network, the IP address also changes automatically in a DHCP server. This is possible. DHCP server assigning to you means no conflicts or less conflicts. Wrong IP address entering is not there because server is automatically assigning to you. You don't need to know how to assign IP address. Simply just you are in the network, automatically you will get an IP address from DHCP server. Okay. And also we are having different type of devices nowadays, like printers, smart TVs, smart LEDs, mobile phones. There also will getting an IP address. Everybody not required to know how to assign an IP address in this. Time बता power 30 minutes after 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay, guys, understand what is the use of DHCP server? How to check IP address and how to get an IP address from DHCP server. Manual and automatic difference.
Sir, these class lecture links will there on the YouTube or it will be accessible for us. Means
Which
what will
one?
the time for which we can access those links?
Which one you are telling?
Means normal these lectures which you are taking, these lecture links. Means this will be accessible for us just means just during our training. These
No. Every time, always,
always available.
always available. That's why I kept in YouTube. If you want to say,
Yes, sir. Suppose that after interview and all, if you want to see
Anytime,
or if you have doubt.
anything. Okay, anytime, any part. Like you can just go to videos or playlist. Even though you can get other technology kind of stuff. See, it is batch 15 means, okay, somewhere, not batch 15s. 17, batch 17, okay,
That is
and 15 is also good. Batch 2, okay. So go through those playlists, read the what topics we discussed in those classes. Any technology you useful. It can be like servers, Windows 10 administration, Windows Server administration, Linux, and also I taught Python, DevOps related also there. Okay, networking practicals, networking maximum both are same. Okay, so anything
okay,
you
sir.
like it, you can try. A separate playlist also there, guys. Just not to
Not to share it with voice is breaking, sir.
unnecessary people don't. No problem for them.
Sir, your voice is breaking too much.
So publicly available. Voice is breaking again.
Yes, sir.
Can you able to hear now? Clear?
Now it's better.
Some videos are not listed in YouTube. That's you cannot able to access. Only link will work. So 2 videos I shared now. That link will work always, but not listed in this one. So keep it that links always available. All your recordings or your classes, max to max, it is available. Okay. Any topic, specific topic, you can search and get it from that one. That's why I kept in YouTube. That's the main motto. Guys, this is my DHCP server. This is a DHCP client. DHCP client means obtain IP address automatically. This is not DHCP client. It is manually configured in CPC. In D again, client is. So in DHCP server, it is there is a configuration is there. So this is the scope from 10 to 110 IP addresses. Give it to client. So client request, server given IP address. But C is not getting an IP address from DHCP. Why? C is configured manually. Okay. These DHCP servers can be a Windows server or a Linux server or your router. In our home, where is the DHCP server? Our Wi-Fi router is our DHCP server. From DHCP server, we are getting IP address, subnet mask, default gateway, DHCP server address, DNS server address, and the lease duration, lease uptime, lease expiry. Okay, guys, got the point? Somewhat.
Yes, sir.
Actually, the DHCP class means how it will be IP address, we'll get it like discover offer request. I'm not going that much. Yeah, APIPA, this is important. Already I told APIPA in a networking troubleshooting part. Just I'm giving details, so please read it. Guys, if anybody is interested, already I told now batch 15, batch 17, batch 2. Okay, in that one, you can find us how to install a virtual machine, how to download a operating systems, how to create a virtual machines, and how to install Windows 10, Windows 10 Linux, Windows servers. Okay, so Find out those things line by line is available. Try it, learn it, watch it. Watch is important. First watch and then try. Okay. If you are interested, that's depends upon you. Maybe now or later. So I don't know. APIPA, automatic private IP address. Automatic private IP address. So when you're checking an IP address in the network, you are checking an IP address. So just simple randomly you are going through an IP address and you're checking an IP address like this. It's showing a 169.254.54.103 means 169.254 means you got an APIPA. You got an APIPA means you got an error. Okay, you got an APIPA means you got an error. So here I went details. Can you see this IP address? I got this IP address means I got APIPA, automatic private IP address. APIPA address. It means I am unable to get an IP address from DHCP server. I try to get an IP address from DHCP server, but not. See? So it's not it is configured. Now let's actually go to properties. We can try. So guys, I am doing obtain IP address automatically. So it will try to get IP address from that adapter connected DHCP server. Okay, so try now. Yeah, now we got a correct answer. Okay, we got now correct one. This is correct. Details. So it is DHCP enabled yes means I try to get an IP address from DHCP server, but I got this IP address. What IP? APIPA. Automatic private IP address. So this is a troubleshooting partner. So then we will see why we are getting this APIPA. So your system and your connected adapter. The adapter is connected to network now. So then, so in the network, it's trying to get an IP address from a DHCP server. It is failed to get an IP address from DHCP server. Means your system unable to get an IP address from DHCP server or failed to get IP address from DHCP server. What system will do? It assign an IP address itself from APIPA range. It is 169.254.0.1 to 169.254.255.254. In that range, any one of IP address will be assigned to the system based on their MAC address. Okay, got it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Here, one more point is there. I connected a network here. I got an IP address. Good. So I went to home. I connected to that network, or maybe my network got changed, but my previous IP address is not changing. But it is not manual. Dynamically, I got an IP address, but it's not manual. Okay. So my previous IP address is, but not changing. Even I changed my IP network, but IP address is not changing according to that connected network. Or I got an IPPA address. So what to do? So check the DHCP server. DHCP server is available, connected, kind of stuff. and do first troubleshooting of DHCP server. Check the DHCP server, connected services kind of stuff. Then we can do disable and enable the adapter. Sorry, go to network and sharing center, change adapter settings, disable or enable the adapter. One is disable or enable the adapter. First disable it. Once it is disabled, wait a minute, then enable the adapter. So what it will do, it will be refresh and you will try to get a IP address from DHCP server. Another one is in the command you can use ipconfig release to remove the old IP address and ipconfig renew to get a new IP address from DHCP server. Either you can do this one or you can do this command. I can't show you guys because of if I do ipconfig release, my IP address will be removed. Means I have a lot of adapter including connected two adapters also there. That IP address will be removed, so I will get disconnected. Okay, so I don't want to do it. So ipconfig space / release to remove your old IP address, ipconfig space / renew to get a new IP address from DHCP server. So this is your DHCP troubleshooting and APIPA.
Sir, it is a difference of capital and small letter in
No, in
release and
Windows,
giving.
smaller. In Windows, no. You a small letter also no problem.
Okay, sir.
Goes command prompt ipconfig works ipconfig. So what is the difference between Windows and Linux? Windows mostly not case sensitive. It is not case sensitive.
Sir,
But
can we write ipconfig / release or renew?
if I put it, my IP address, my currently connecting IP address will be removed. So that's why I'm not showing. Okay. I'll give like this. It will remove current IP address. If it will remove, you will get disconnected. Okay. Last one, guys, that is DNS. Actually, DNS has a big history of discussion, but I'm not doing that entire discussion. Just I'm giving small information to write this one. So close this one. So what is the DNS? Domain name system. Domain name system. I'm not telling full history of DNS. If you want, I have a previous class videos to cognizant batches and all I have taken. You can go through that one. Okay. I'm telling a small story. What is the use of DNS server? Okay. So DNS is also a protocol. Port number is 53. In DNS server, it maps name to IP addresses. DNS server returns an IP address of a host in the domain. Okay, so try like this, guys. Keep it like this. That's so good. Okay. No, simple thing is I will try. I will use this example generally. I have a different servers, different machines, different devices in my domain, in my network, in my domain. Okay, so their names are like this. My domain name is, example, well known one is google.com, right? Google.com. So I open a website, right? So www.google.com. That is one server. Okay. The name is like this. This server name is actually www. It's not actually, but think like this. It's a mail. The name of this one is mail.google.com. Gmail.com is there now. That full name is gmail.com. Okay. DOCS. The name is docs.google.com. Our Google Doc. Meeting, Google Meet. Meet.google.com. Now we have a classroom, right? Then it is a classroom.google.com. So it is all are under one google.com. So different servers. If it is a server means it has an IP address, right? If it is a server means it is a machine. It has to be communicated to the people. Means this contains an IP address, right? Understand, guys, this concept? There is a machine, or it need an IP address to communicate, right? To communicate, we need an IP address. Understand?
Just repeat it, sir.
Yeah, I will repeat. Okay. So before going to that one, again, I will tell few points. So then we will understand that example. Okay. Guys, always important is all communications by IP address. All communications by IP address only. So with the names we can't able to communicate. We should communicate with the IP address only. Okay. So every device must have an IP address to communicate. Okay. But we don't know the IP address of a different things. We are I open. See what is this? docs.google.com. This is what is this? www.google.com. What is this? mail.google.com. Okay. And I open classroom. This classroom.google.com. Classroom.google.com. Google Meet. Meet.google.com means we are trying to communicate to the remote systems. If you open facebook.com, youtube.com, okay, it's a youtube.com, www.youtube.com, and this is studio.youtube.com. Means different servers having different names, but we don't know their IP address. They have an IP address, but we don't know, right? Now you understand? We don't know this IP
Yes.
address.
Yes, sir, got it.
Okay, that's why I told that point first, but that is the point. Okay, now here is a story. You open a www.google.com or docs.google.com or a www.youtube.com, facebook.com, okay, instagram.com, okay, whatsapp.com, or maybe you open w3schools.com, but we don't know their server's IP address. What will happen? In our machine, so you go to our adapter, you can go to the adapter. See, there is a configured DNS server address. Can you see there is a DNS server address? It is our DNS server. Okay, there is a DNS server. So what happened? You don't know, you put it in your browser, but your system don't know IP address of www.google.com or docs.google.com, www.youtube.com. What it will do? It send a request to this DNS server. It is our local DNS server. It is our local DNS server. Means generally your Wi-Fi router. Okay, your Wi-Fi router is act like a DNS server, local DNS server, your DHCP server, your default gateway. Okay, so many things. So request go to local DNS server, and after that one, so your local DNS server returns IP address of your www.google.com. Okay, but how it is getting, that is another matter, but important, first important in our step, you send a request. We need an IP address of google.com. Our PC send a request to DNS server and ask IP address of www.google.com. DNS server returns an IP address of www.google.com. Now we can be able to reach www.google.com with an IP address. Okay, simple to understand. There is an example. Some people are confused recently with the example. So, but now some people will tell an example. It is mobile phone contact list. Guys, there is a small difference because you didn't ask, but there is small confusion is always it is. DHCP giving IP address to you, DNS also giving IP address. Then what is the difference? DHCP server is not giving IP address to you. It is configuring IP address to your system. Means think like this, you have a mobile phone and you need a phone number for you. For you means for your mobile, you need a phone number. First of all, right? Who is giving that phone number? From service provider. You got a SIM card, insert a SIM card, it contains a phone number, that is your phone number. Same way, I have a system, I want to communicate in the network, I need an IP address. How I am getting an IP address? From DHCP server. So that is my PC, my device IP address. Yes, got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is this mobile phone contact list to DNS and DHCP kind of stuff? We'll see. I cannot, I have my father, mother, sister. So they're also having a phone numbers. Even I have a 2 phone numbers. I didn't remember other phone numbers also. Okay. So I want to contact someone. We cannot remember all phone numbers, right? And there is so many people, so many phone numbers are there. We cannot remember. What you will do? We'll create a contact list. Go to mobile phone and there is a contacts. So plus add a phone number, save with a name, right? So I save Amit's phone number, Shaik phone number, okay, Nitu phone number, Nikita Kumari phone number, like that. For example, if I share all these phone numbers, okay. So for example, I want to call to someone. What I have to do? Go to contact list, select a name, select a dial button. Call is going with a name or phone number?
Phone number.
Phone number only. We should communicate with the phone number. Same as for a DNS. DNS server contains information about a system like their names and an IP address. The total architecture is there, guys. Total records are there. I'm not going to that part. Okay. So name and IP address. So you don't know name, IP address. So you send a request to DNS server. DNS server checks and get back with the IP address of that particular host or a domain or a first that particular server. So now you got an IP address. So you can communicate with the IP address. That's why the people tell a part with the telephone contact list. Originally, there is a big diagram kind of stuff like this, records, how they will be happens. Your local DNS server does not contain anything. Okay, does not contain anything. It has to send a request to ISP, ISP to others. And there is a records also there like this. You know already one example, command prompt example, that is. So normally we can get things from your browser, but now that browser search changes. I'm trying to ping to www.google.com, but I don't know the IP address of www.google.com. So what happened? First, I will get an IP address of www.google.com. Then I will try to communicate with the IP address. So this is. Okay. See, can you see first IP address? I am getting also reply from the server's IP address. Okay, that's the point about a DNS. So that's it, guys. That is for today. And any doubts?
Sir, these are too much topics. It's very difficult to consume everything. Because in this short span of time, we have covered a lot of topics.
Even I have to complete so many things we can discuss, but very less time.
Yes, in short span of time means we are understanding the things, but it will take time to grasp the things. If I had the things
Yeah,
already.
right. It will really take time, guys. Simple. One day I attended a class, okay, few years back, for learning a CCNA. So only one topic. I said one day topic it is. She told about a subnetting. Okay.
Yeah.
So I learned subnetting. I thought I came back. So then one of my brother told me a website to practice subnetting. It took literally 2 months to get exactly correct answers in a subnetting questions. 2 months for me.
That's the only thing, huh? That in this short span of time,
Yeah,
almost
not with a single, you won't get it. Okay, just you have to read it and you have to check it thoroughly. Okay, if possible, practice, dependency practice. You do it, definitely you will learn the subject. Not in a one single part. Only for interview, it is okay. Real subject, take
for
time.
you means we don't know what kind of questions they will be asking or what are the topics they will be
Already
asking.
given, no? Already a few questions I given. Okay, already I given a questions, and also I forward a video that is we discussed with the 18th batch. That is I given to people
Yeah,
see.
what I have forwarded in that 4 to 5 students have forwarded their questions. So that set we have. Means
Yeah,
they
mostly I given one file. Already I given one file. Okay, so go through the questionnaire kind of stuff. Okay. Basic questions only. Okay, troubleshooting. Look at the mainly personal question, guys. That covers 50%. First day only I told that one. Second, technically all basics plus few troubleshooting.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Interview point up to here, just practice, study. Okay.
Sir,
So
in interview
that
there
is the
will be
questions
a
also.
too much round will be held.
Too much?
How many round there will be?
That is mainly technical. Then I think HR
Two rounds.
2 rounds. I think so.
Okay. Sir, how much time will they take for interview? Like
That is also I
generally?
don't know because I never talked to already completed people. Okay, they won't get stayed, but I think it is half an hour, not maximum. Then more than half an hour is maximum.
Half an hour for one person.
Half an hour for one person. Less than half an hour they will take, but mostly half an hour. I think so. I don't know because that is Prakash are dealing, right? So we don't involve in that.
Okay,
Not
sir.
involving. It's things are keep changing.
So Prakash sir already told us 15
Okay,
minutes.
15 minutes is good. Okay, 15 minutes. So prepare well, guys. Prepare personal questions and service desk based questions. What is service desk? What is service desk analysis? Okay, and what is the ticket? What is incident? What is service ticket? What is RAM and ROM? What is hard disk and SSD differences? What is router and switch differences? Okay, if you are not getting internet, what you will do? Basic questions. What
Sir,
if you are
can
not
you
getting internet?
provide all these questions here, or is there any link?
Already I given a file. Already I shared some 4 5 question set in your WhatsApp. Otherwise,
Sir,
I'll
I
put.
missed. Sir, actually, I missed those files. Can you resend again?
Okay, I will check it and I will send it.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
I will check. So if you see questions, then you will get an idea. It's in your history only. Okay. So if your system is not working, what you will do? What is BSOD? Your system is slow, what you will do? Okay, those things only. I get it.
Okay, sir.
Try that one. So just once you are completed, anyone completed a interview, so please put it in your group, this group. Okay, so last batch, some people got these questions. What is an IP address? We use enough depth. Troubleshooting in case of system is not working. So what are the things you will check it in a troubleshooting kind of stuff? What about operating system? What is the service desk profile? About your city, what is RAM? What is operating system? What is Microsoft Office, Office 365? Okay, so what challenges to deal with the US clients?
Sir, in this, what we have to explain, like the question is explain your project. Which type of project we should
Your graduation,
prepare? If somebody hasn't make any project, then how can we get?
normally in our academies, we do academic project. Final year academic project is there.
Okay, sir.
Have you done or forget it?
Sorry, sir.
Have you done final year project or you forget your final year project?
Sir,
Forgot your.
I have done. I have done.
You done now? So just please check it once. Okay, that's the project. Okay, so your final year project.
Okay, sir.
Okay, check it. What is your project? How many? What is the use of that project or what about it? So basic things only first read and one or two troubleshooting like BSOD or blue screen of the system is not booted, system is slow, internet is disconnected, system is stopped. So these are mainly few questions. So how to tell answer? Okay, you may not know, just how to give an answer step by step, guys. Clearly, step by step, if you give, then it is look good answer. Okay. And I will forward a VPN also. About last class we discussed VPN. No, I don't have it. Yeah,
Sure.
Outlook and VPN already shared to you, so then you can try. This is about Outlook and VPN already shared to you. Please check it.
So did you get any information regarding interview when it will be held?
No, not yet. You can put a message to Prakash sir. Okay. Yeah. So when someone asked me a question that is about videos, also guys, if in case you are learning not only your part, also you are learning some other things from me. So any doubts on it, also put a comment under that one, or you need a specific topic, also put under that one. I will try sometimes because all my entire history become same networking these things only. That's it. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, sir. So today this was last class.
Yeah, last class.